human heart is more than just an organ that keeps us alive. It is a sacred part of us that holds our emotions, intentions, and even the unseen connections we share with others. Have you ever had a moment when someone suddenly comes to mind? Their name echoes in your thoughts, or you feel a strange warmth in your heart. Could it be that they are thinking about you at that very moment? In Islam, the heart is not just a part of our body. It is the center of our spiritual and emotional being. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, beautifully explained this when he said, "Indeed, in the body there is a piece of flesh. If it is sound, the whole body is sound, and if it is corrupt, the whole body is corrupt. Indeed, it is the heart." Sahih al-Bukhari 52, Sahih Muslim 99. This hadith reminds us that the state of our hearts shapes our thoughts, relationships, and even the way we connect with others. But the heart doesn't just feel our own emotions. It also picks up on the unseen bonds that Allah has placed between us and others. Every lingering thought, every unexplained feeling has wisdom behind it. While the mind may dismiss these moments as mere coincidence, the heart often senses something much deeper. If someone is thinking about you with sincerity, could their emotions, prayers, or even their longing reach you in ways beyond the physical world? In today's video, we will explore 5 clear signs that someone is thinking about you from the heart. These signs are not only rooted in psychology, but also deeply connected to Islamic wisdom. Pay close attention to each one because, by the end of this video, you will have a new understanding of how our hearts communicate, even in silence. And the final sign? It will change the way you see the connections that Allah has placed in your life. Stay with us until the end. You won't want to miss it. 1. Unexplainable thoughts and dreams. There are moments when a certain person comes to mind out of nowhere. You could be engaged in your daily routine, working, eating, or even praying, when suddenly their name, their face, or a memory of them flashes in your mind. It feels so vivid, almost as if they are present at that very moment. You may even brush it off as a random thought. But what if it isn't? What if this is a sign that someone, somewhere, is thinking about you just as intensely? Psychologists call this telepathic thought transmission. The idea that when someone deeply focuses on another person, their thoughts might reach them subconsciously. But as Muslims, we understand that there is a greater wisdom behind such experiences. The heart is not just a physical organ. It is a spiritual center that Allah has given us to feel, to connect, and to sense beyond the physical realm. And then there are dreams, those mysterious visions that visit us in our sleep. Sometimes we see someone in our dreams repeatedly, even if we have not spoken to them in a long time. It could be an old friend, a distant relative, or even someone we barely know. Yet their presence in our dreams feels significant. Could this be a message? Could it be that their soul is reaching out to us in ways beyond human understanding? The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "A good dream that comes true is from Allah." Sahih al-Bukhari 6499, Sahih Muslim 4200. This hadith teaches us that not all dreams are meaningless. Some are direct messages from Allah, signs meant to guide us, remind us, or even reconnect us with those who are thinking about us. When you dream of someone repeatedly, it could be that Allah is showing you their presence. For a reason, perhaps they are praying for you, missing you, or carrying you in their thoughts with sincerity. In Islamic spirituality, the heart and soul are more connected than we realize. When we think of someone with pure intentions, that thought does not just vanish into thin air. It can manifest in unexpected ways. The same can happen in reverse. When someone holds you in their thoughts, whether with love, concern, or even longing, their emotions may find a way to reach you. So the next time a person crosses your mind unexpectedly, take a moment to reflect. Is this just a fleeting thought, or is there something deeper at play? Could it be that Allah is trying to remind you of this person for a reason? Instead of ignoring it, turn to dua. Ask Allah to bless them, to grant them peace, and to guide both your hearts in the best way. Because sometimes the unseen connections between souls are more powerful than we can ever comprehend. 2. Spontaneous dua or good feelings. There are moments in life when you suddenly feel a sense of peace wash over you. You could be going through a difficult time, burdened by worries, and then, without warning, you experience an unexplainable calmness. It feels as if something heavy has been lifted from your heart. Or perhaps you feel unexpectedly happy, as if a door of ease has opened in your life. You may not understand why, but what if this feeling is not random? What if someone somewhere is making a heartfelt dua for you at that very moment? In Islam, dua is not just words spoken into the air. It is a powerful bridge between hearts. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "The supplication of a Muslim for his brother in his absence will certainly be answered." Every time he makes a supplication for good for his brother, the angel appointed for this particular task says, "Ameen, may it be for you too." Sahih Muslim 2733. This means that when someone prays for you, their words do not go unnoticed. They rise to the heavens and Allah hears them. The angels themselves respond with Ameen and ask for the same blessings to be given to the one making the dua. Imagine, while you are unaware, someone could be thinking of you, asking Allah to protect you, to grant you ease, or to bring you success. As a result, you feel an unexplained relief, a sudden burst of motivation, or a deep sense of tranquility. This is a reminder that our hearts are connected in ways beyond what we see. The love, care, and sincerity that someone holds for you can manifest in your life through their prayers. A mother prays for her child, and the child finds ease. A friend makes dua for another, and blessings enter their life. A stranger you once helped remembers you in their supplication, and without even knowing it, you receive goodness in return. So the next time you feel unexpectedly at peace or suddenly find clarity in a situation that once seemed impossible, take a moment to reflect. Could it be that someone has remembered you in their dua? Could it be that Allah has accepted their supplication for you? And just as others may be praying for us, we too should make dua for others. Every time you think of someone with love and sincerity, ask Allah to bless them, because in doing so, the angels will pray for you in return. And what greater blessing is there than to have the angels themselves asking Allah to grant you goodness? 3. Unexpected meetings or connections. Life is not a series of random events. Every encounter, every meeting, and every reconnection happens by the will of Allah. Nothing is accidental. Have you ever noticed that you keep running into the same person over and over again? Maybe you see them in unexpected places, a marketplace, a gathering, or even online. Perhaps their name keeps appearing in conversations, or mutual friends keep mentioning them without you asking. These moments might seem like coincidences, but in Islam, we know that nothing happens without a purpose. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, gave us a beautiful insight into human connections. Souls are like conscripted soldiers. Those whom they recognized, they became close with, and those whom they did not recognize, they remained distant. Sahih al-Bukhari, 336, Sahih Muslim, 2638. This means that before we even came into this world, our souls had already encountered one another. Some souls naturally connect, drawn to each other in ways beyond our understanding. And when Allah wills, He causes these souls to cross paths in this life, again and again. Think about it. How many times have you met someone and felt an instant familiarity, as if you had known them forever? And on the other hand, there are people you meet once but never encounter again. This is because every meeting, every connection is part of a greater plan that we cannot always see. If you frequently find yourself in the presence of a particular person without any planning, it may be a sign that Allah has placed them in your life for a reason. It could be that they have a role to play in your journey, or perhaps you in theirs. Maybe they are meant to bring you closer to Allah, to teach you a lesson, or to be a source of support and guidance. So when you experience these unexpected meetings, pause for a moment and reflect. Ask yourself, is this just by chance, or is there a hidden wisdom behind it? Could it be that this person has been thinking about you, and Allah is drawing your paths together as a response? These moments are reminders that our lives are beautifully woven by the decree of Allah. If certain people keep appearing in your life, do not ignore it. Instead, seek the wisdom in these connections, and most importantly, pray that Allah grants you the insight to understand their purpose. For every meeting is a chapter in the story that He has written for you. 4. Physical reactions to someone's thoughts. Our bodies have a way of sensing things before our minds even understand them. Have you ever felt a sudden rush of warmth, an unexplainable shiver, or even your heart beating faster when you think of someone? It happens in a way that seems beyond your control. Science describes this as an emotional response triggered by the subconscious mind. But in Islam, we know that there is a deeper reality, one that is connected to the unseen bonds Allah has placed between people. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, beautifully described the unity and connection between believers when he said, "The example of the believers in their affection, mercy, and compassion for each other is that of a body. When any limb aches, the whole body responds with sleeplessness and fever." Sahih al-Bukhari 611, Sahih Muslim 2586. This hadith teaches us something profound. Just as pain in one part of the body affects the entire body, the emotions of those close to us can reach us in ways we do not always understand. If someone cares for you, misses you, or even prays for you with sincerity, you may physically feel the effects of their thoughts and prayers. You may feel their presence without them being physically near. Have you ever been sitting in silence, lost in thought when suddenly you feel a deep sense of comfort? Or maybe you wake up feeling unusually calm and reassured, even though nothing specific has changed in your life. These moments might not be random. It could be that someone is thinking of you, making dua for you, or remembering you with love, and without knowing it, your heart responds. There are also times when you suddenly feel uneasy, as if something is pulling at your emotions. You might not know why, but your heart feels a disturbance. This too can be a sign of a connection between souls. Perhaps someone is struggling, longing for your presence, or holding on to memories of you. The heart can sense what words cannot express. Allah has created human beings with an incredible ability to feel beyond what is visible. If we are deeply connected to someone, through faith, love, or even shared experiences, their thoughts and emotions may affect us, even from a distance. So the next time you experience an unexplainable moment of warmth, an unexpected rush of energy, or even an emotional shift when thinking of someone, do not ignore it. It might not just be your body reacting. It could be a reflection of someone's sincere thoughts, du'as, or longing for you. And in that moment, turn to Allah. Pray for that person just as they may be praying for you. Because in the unseen world of hearts, what is felt is often more real than what is spoken. 5. When Allah puts their name in your heart. Sometimes without any clear reason, a person's name keeps coming to your mind. You might be going about your day, focused on something else, yet their name or face suddenly appears in your heart. You might even try to brush it off, but it returns again and again. In these moments, have you ever wondered, why this person? Why now? In Islam, we believe that thoughts of others are not always random. There is wisdom behind them. Allah is the one who places love, concern, and reminders of certain people in our hearts. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "When Allah loves a servant, He calls Jibril and says, 'Indeed, I love so-and-so, so love him.' So Jibril loves him and then announces to the inhabitants of the heavens, 'Indeed, Allah loves so-and-so, so love him.' Then acceptance is placed for him on earth." Sahih al-Bukhari 3209, Sahih Muslim 2637. This hadith is a powerful reminder that love, connection, and even the remembrance of someone are not coincidences. If Allah places a person's name in your heart, it could be for a reason far greater than you realize. Perhaps they are in need of dua aniwa, and Allah is guiding you to pray for them. Perhaps they have been thinking of you intensely, and your souls are responding to each other. Or maybe they are meant to be part of your life in a meaningful way. But how do you know if these thoughts are a sign or just passing emotions? The answer lies in the feeling that comes with them. If thinking about this person brings peace, comfort, and positivity, then it could be a sign of a good connection. one that is rooted in sincerity and goodness. However, if the thought of them brings unease, distress, or confusion, then it may be a test or a lesson that Allah wants you to reflect on. Whenever you find yourself thinking about someone persistently, take it as an opportunity for something greater. Instead of overanalyzing why they are on your mind, turn to Allah. Make two for them. Ask Allah to grant them ease, to guide them, and to bless them with what is best. You may never know what they are going through, but your dua could be the unseen help they need at that moment. This is the beauty of how Allah connects hearts, even from a distance, even in silence. The bond between souls exists, so if someone's name lingers in your heart, do not ignore it. It could be a sign that Allah is reminding you of them for a purpose beyond what you can see. Strengthen the bonds of the heart. Allah has created our hearts with a special ability, an unseen connection that goes beyond words and distance. When someone thinks about you with sincerity, their thoughts and emotions can reach you in ways you may not fully understand. Sometimes it's through a dream. Other times, it's an unexpected feeling of peace, or a sudden meeting that seems too perfectly timed to be a coincidence. These are not just random events. They are part of Allah's divine wisdom. Let's take a moment to reflect on the 5 clear signs we discussed. 1. Unexplainable thoughts and dreams. When someone suddenly comes to your mind or appears in your dreams for no clear reason. 2. A sense of peace from dua. The hidden blessings when someone sincerely prays for you. 3. Unexpected meetings. When Allah repeatedly brings certain people into your life in ways you never planned. 4. Physical reactions to emotions. The way our hearts and bodies respond to unseen connections. 5. When Allah places their name in your heart. A sign that some relationships are written in the heavens. These signs remind us that love, care, and connection are all part of Allah's divine plan. Sometimes we may not see these bonds, but we can feel them deeply. So the next time you sense that someone is thinking about you, don't ignore it. Pause, reflect, and turn to Allah. Seek His wisdom and guidance, and most importantly, make dua for yourself, for them, and for the purity of the bond between you. Because in the end, the strongest relationships are built on sincerity, faith, and the remembrance of Allah. May Allah bless our hearts with love, sincerity, and barakah in our relationships. May He strengthen the bonds that bring us closer to Him and protect us from those that are not meant for us. Ameen. If you found this message meaningful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Islamic wisdom.